The last hurdle before worldwide download celebration is here. But should you summon? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we're answering the age-old question: should you summon? We have a new Dokkan Festival exclusive on their way, the AGL Berserk Kale. So in order to answer that question, we're going to take a look at three things. Number one, we're going to look at the unit itself. Is the unit strong enough to warrant a summon? Does it carry the banner? Then we're going to take a look at the banner itself. Are there things on this banner that make this banner worth your stones? And then finally, we'll look at what lies ahead. Should we choose to summon on this banner, what are we giving up? And from there, we'll go ahead and make our recommendation for whether or not you should summon. So let's go ahead, let's hop in, let's talk about what the character does, the Berserk Kale. So she's AGL type, she's Universe 6, Transformation Boost, Category Key 3, HP Attack and Defense 170%, plus an additional HP Attack and Defense 30% for characters who also belong on Universal Survival Saga or the Full Power category. She is greatly raising her attack for one turn while causing immense damage. On her passive, she's getting attack and defense 160%, plus an additional attack and defense 60% with a high chance of launching an additional super attack when performing a super attack. She also reduces damage received up to 60% within the same turn with each attack performed, plus an additional attack and defense 160% and a great chance of launching an additional super attack when there's another Universe 6 category ally attacking in the same turn. She does have an active skill to transform into Super Saiyan 2 Kale, and this can be activated from the 4th turn with a cauliflower on the team or after performing 6 or more super attacks. So you don't necessarily need a cauliflower. Now, if I am not mistaken, it is a character who includes cauliflower in the name, meaning AGL, Kale, and Cauliflower, I believe, do allow her to transform. So, really, really good. As you guys have seen in our pre-showcase that we did way back in March, or not March, April, she is insane, right? She hits like a truck once she gets going, right? One of the most powerful cards, and she only gets better when she goes into Super Saiyan 2 Kale. She is now raising attack and defense for one turn, causing immense damage with a medium chance of performing a critical hit. She gets defense 100% for 6 turns from the start of turn, attack and defense 200%, and an additional attack 120% when performing a super attack. She launches 2 additional attacks, each of which has a medium chance of becoming a super attack and a high chance of guarding all attacks. She has an additional attack and defense 60% for 3 turns after receiving an attack. She also gets an additional defense 160 and guard activated against all attacks when there's another Universe 6 category ally attacking in the same turn. So, I mean, realistically, the play with this card is you're running Kale as lead, you're running her Transformation Boost Universe 6 team, and you're basically keeping the 2 Kales together once you've launched the 6 super attacks, which, I mean, with the amount of supers she's doing, and even at 55%, this is usually turn 3 to 4 when this is happening, depending on when you got her out, right? Or, I'm sorry, turn 4 to 5, depending on when you got her out. So, it's, you know, she's workable, and even if you don't keep them together, right? Once AGL, Kale, and Cauliflower Easy A, very, very good partner for her. And no matter which form she in, she's very, very powerful. The Berserk Kale will plow through enemies, right? Her Super Saiyan 2 form is still hitting hard, but also having that ability to guard and that extra defense. So really, really good card. Definitely a card that the Universe 6 team needed. Unfortunately, it needed a whole lot more than her, but that's neither here nor there. But it was definitely a much needed card for both Universal Survival Saga and Universe 6. So, knowing what she does that make the banner worth the summon? Does she carry the banner? Honestly, yeah, she kind of does. She's that good, right? She's really good, right? More, you know, a lot better than a lot of people had expected when she was initially released. So, you know, I would give it a 1 in the category for summon for her, if only because, you know, she is that good. Now, Looking at her banner here, does her, combined with everything else on her banner, warrant a summon? Well, we do have the Tech Frost, this guy here, who is okay. Like, he's not good by any stretch of the definition, but he's not terrible. He works all right on Kale's team, especially because he is boosting Transformation Boost as well as Universal Survival Saga, and it is, it does build upon itself. And the only issue is, right, he wants to be run with Frieza. Because of his unit super. Problem is, Frieza doesn't want to be run with him. The Angel Frieza, like you think Angel Golden Frieza, the Fizz one, or even the EZA one, they don't link very well with him. So, like, it's, I don't know what they were thinking with this card, but it didn't really work. Again, he's okay for the team, but it's not really what the team needed. So you have him, you have the return of the Path to Power Goku, we have the return of the resurrection of F Blues, we have the Tech Kale and Caulifla, we have STR Kefla, and AGL Ginyu. This being the return of Path to Power Goku, I think really shoots up the value of this banner. And knowing that this is the banner right before Worldwide, I mean, I don't want to say they would do some changes. They haven't in the past, but it's not beyond the stretch of the definition that they might change one or two characters on the banner to entice people to summon. Like, I could very much see Ginyu, because he doesn't really fit with the rest of the banner, although he, it's been a while since he's returned. I could see them replacing Ginyu or Kefla with, like, Blue Kaioken Goku or something, especially because Kefla isn't EZAing anytime soon. But, that's just a possibility. But with the banner as is, unfortunately, being with it so close to Worldwide, I cannot give the banner itself my full recommendation, even with Path to Power Kid Goku there. If you're somebody who missed Path to Power Kid Goku here, my best recommendation is to use your 400 red coins. That's probably the safest way to pick him up. But also consider he'll probably be on the Halloween banner in October when that shows up. So, if you don't get him here, it's not the worst thing in the world. So I don't really think the rest, and I love the ROF Blues, right? I love Tech Kale and Caulifla. I would love to get more copies of them. Ginyu, I have my 69%, and quite honestly, I never want to see him again after the shaft he put me through. But as the banner itself, still, there isn't much value knowing that a worldwide celebration is coming forward. So I gotta give it a no on the banner. Then that brings us to our final consideration. What lies ahead? Well, the obvious answer is worldwide download celebration, right? Last year we got the Cooler and these guys for part 1 and part 2 Dokkan Festival LRs, and we had the introduction of the legendary Summon Carnival with Bird Goku and Metal Cooler, all 4 of which are extremely good. I know the AGL Saiyans get a lot of hate, but they're still pretty good. Metal Cooler, his value has skyrocketed, right? Especially with the introduction of Piccolo Jr. and World Tournament Goku, who can really utilize his revive and his links. So, all in all, right, knowing that something like this is coming, right? Like, if we just take a look at Cooler's banner, because this is the part 1 banner, we're probably seeing something very similar to this. We're seeing a new unit, we're seeing a banner unit, we're seeing Cooler, we're seeing the 7-year LRs, we're seeing Namek Goku, we're seeing World Tournament Goku and Piccolo, right? We're seeing Gohan and Piccolo from the New Year's, and then whatever else is EZAing and, theme appropriate, right? So, especially thinking that the big hint was Future Saga, we could be seeing some really good stuff here. So, knowing that this is coming ahead, knowing that if you summon on Kale, you're giving up access to everything on this banner, everything on this Dokkan Fest banner, right? The counterparts to the other one. And more importantly, you are giving up access to the Carnival banners, right? And here's the thing about the Carnival banners, right? If you look at Global's Carnival banner right here, Goku and Gohan were on the part 2 banner. Now, they were the Golden Week part 2 LR last year. That is a big deal. Okay, there is a high likelihood that the Part 2 LR from this year's Golden Week, the STR Bulma, is going to be on whatever the Part 2 or maybe even Part 1 Carnival banner is. So, again, summoning on Kale, as good as she is giving up a possibility of getting to Bulma. And I don't know that that's something you really want to do. Bulma is that good of a card. Heck, I would almost argue that she would be worth your teal coins over, say, like a metal cooler, right? Especially if you're somebody who's hurting for yellow coins, just because she's that good. So know that you're giving up that, right? On the Carnival banner here, we probably won't see much. Although this was the double rates banner in January, so February, so there's a chance STR Carnival Goku could be on here as well. So you're giving up access to that as well. There's also rumor mill that because of global schedule, we may see the return of Kai Goku and Kid Gohan. I think it's unlikely, but I have heard people saying that. So, if that's if that's a dice you want to roll, know that summoning here on Kale is giving up that possibility. So just wanted to throw that out there. So all in all, knowing what lies ahead, I have to say no, right? Even just for what is immediately ahead, right? Even if you saved up all your stones from Anniversary, I still think you should kind of hold off, because not only do we have Worldwide coming in, but as soon as Worldwide's done, we're probably getting this guy here, Turles. And Turles is great. His banner is amazing. His banner, honestly, is a must summon, right? Especially if you're missing anybody here, right? It is the return of Yamcha and Bardock, both who are really fun to use. Bardock's not as good as the others, but Yamcha is really, really excellent. Turles himself is amazing, and if you manage to pick up these guys here to go along with him, even better, right? So, definitely think you should consider that this guy is probably coming after Worldwide. Following him, right, in November, we're getting this guy, Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku. So know that any stones you spent on Kale not only are taken away from your Worldwide summons, but could possibly be taken away from your savings for this guy, especially if you have a plan for Worldwide, right? Maybe you only plan to do 500 stones there. Well, summoning on Kale is taken away from that. So I just want to point out everything that's coming in. This is a really good banner, by the way, right? You've got the Gamma 1, the Gamma 2, the Pan, the Vegeta and Trunks, and this new Goku. It's a really, really good banner. So just consider all of that. So when we put everything together, right, we talk about the unit itself. Kale, I would say that it's a no-go, or it's a no-go altogether, because we have one positive for her as a unit, one summon for her as a unit, but we have two in the negative category for her banner and what lies ahead. So, being that this is the pre-Worldwide Celebration banner, there are two things that we have guaranteed. Number one, we have premium Dokkan Festival tickets and regular Dokkan Festival tickets. So if you're a pay-to-play, low-to-play player, you will have access to these tickets if you choose to purchase them. The premium ticket is more than likely the guaranteed featured ticket, and the regular Dokkan Festival tickets just let you roll, regular Dokkan Fest summons with your ticket. So if you're pay-to-play, low-to-play, definitely might be the avenue for you instead of spending your stones. And then finally, one thing that is all but guaranteed is that since this is the August pre-Worldwide banner, there will be guaranteed featured step-ups, right? 25, 30, 45 stones with a guaranteed featured SSR on the third step. Last year, right, on Raditz we had it. The year before with Videl we had it. It's pretty guaranteed to happen. So just consider that. And knowing that that is there, I'm going to go ahead and tier my recommendation once again, simply because that we know that there's a guaranteed featured step. So I would say that if you manage to save all 1,500 stones from Dokkan's 8th anniversary, I would say it probably wouldn't hurt to maybe do the discounts and then maybe a rotation more. maybe just 100 stones more, I would say, right? And that is, you know, if you don't pick up Kale. Like, if you do the multi-summon, you get 25 and you get Kale, then, hey, stop right there, right? But I would say if you saved all 1,500, go ahead and do the discounts, right? If you're less than that, anywhere between 1,000 and 1,200, again, I think it wouldn't hurt to do the discounts, but I wouldn't go beyond that, right? I think 1,000 is probably a good number to sit at entering into Worldwide, especially knowing that Worldwide's another big celebration like Anniversary where you're going to be getting a lot of stones. If you are between 800 and 1,000, you'll be getting 200 within the celebration, so I would say it couldn't hurt to do the discounts, right? That's it. Discounts and dip. Don't do any more than that. If you are less than 800, because we know we have 4 Dokkan banners coming up, 2 Dokkan Festival exclusive and 2 Carnival banners, I'm going to go ahead and say that if you are below 1,800, I would steer clear of this banner, even from the guaranteed features. I know it's tempting. It really is. I get it. I've been there. But I would say that you want to steer clear. You want to be entering into Worldwide with as much as you can have ready, right? And, you know, have every chance you can at rolling one of the new units. So, guys, that is my recommendation. If you liked my recommendation, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I know that was a lot to digest, and you don't necessarily have to agree with my opinion, right? If Kale is your favorite unit on the planet, then go right ahead, summon for her. I won't stop you, but these are just my considerations, and if you agree with them, if you disagree with them, let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you guys think. I'm never opposed to hearing what you guys have to say. So I will throw it out here. I'm still kind of on the fence about this, about summoning. I know we talked about, you know, me kind of steering clear of certain banners, but hey, Kale's dropping on my birthday, and I kind of want to do some birthday summons, but you know, we'll decide that when that time arrives. But just want to throw that out there, guys. So anyways, guys, that is the video. If nothing else, thanks for watching, and aloha.